So today we are going to learn about very interesting topic of class 9. They are scalar and vector quantities. So before starting it, let me tell you what is the scalar and vector quantities. They are the physical quantities. Okay, they are the types of physical quantities. I've already written here mentioned. There are two quantities. So we can understand they are physical quantity. Now before understanding what is scalar and what is vector quantity, let's understand the meaning of these three terms. So what is the magnitude? Magnitude means the size of anything. Size. This number which you are seeing, the number in any for what do you say, like 10 meter. 10 meter it is there. This is the number and this is the value. This is the unit by which I am representing the number. Now if I write the same thing 10 but it is kg now, we can understand that it is for the distance and this is for a mass. So you can see what important role this unit plays. Now let us see what is magnitude. I have told you magnitude is number or size. And direction, we all know what is direction: north, south, east, west, southeast, northeast, all the directions. So now let us talk about this. I've made a chart here. See, magnitude, unit and direction. So these three are three important points, so by which we can understand that any number, it is a unit, means it is a physical quantity or not. See here, magnitude, I've given an example 10 meter north. But before giving you this example, let me show you, give you an easy example. Suppose I go to a shop and I told the shopkeeper, give me 10 kg of mangoes. Give me 10 kgs of mangoes. He will give me 10 kg of mangoes. What is the quantity? What is the quantity? It is the quantity of mass, right? It is the unit of mass. Kg is the unit of mass. That means I'm telling him about the mass. In this case, you can see I'm not using give me 10 kgs of mangoes towards the north. I'm not telling any kind of thing. But if I tell you, suppose I want to go to a mall, I ask my friend, how can I go to that mall? He will tell me, go to 10 meters towards the north, then towards the south 5 kilometers, then you will reach to the mall. That time we need to mention the direction, or else I can go to 10, if the path is towards the north, if he only tells me that go to 10 meter towards the south, only 10 meters, that time I could go to any direction. He or she have not mentioned me the proper direction. So this is an exception one. In all the quantities, this is not present, but these two must be present in all the quantities. That time we can tell that it's a quantity. Now we have understood. Now let me tell you what is scalar quantity. So let us see what is scalar quantity. Scalar quantities. So in the book you will see that they have told any quantity, any physical quantity which is expressed with the help of its magnitude. Only with the help of its magnitude, and of course unit have to be there, but there is no direction here. That means it is a scalar quantity. Like I have given you an example. I have gone to a shopping mall. I am telling the shopkeeper to give me 10 kg of, okay, let us take oranges now. I will tell him only give me 10 kgs of oranges. I will not tell him give me 10 kg of oranges towards the south. This makes no sense. I will only tell him give me 10 kgs of oranges. That means we only have a magnitude and unit have to be there. 10 and unit is kg. That means it's a scalar quantity. It has no direction. Let us take another example, time. Now if I ask you what's the time now, let us take it is 9 a.m. now. 9 a.m. You will not tell me that 9 a.m. towards the north, 9 a.m. towards the south. Not like this. You will not tell me like this. It doesn't have any direction. It only has magnitude and a unit. Now if it's length, suppose I want to know the length of this pen. I will take a ruler and I will measure it. Let us take it is coming 14 centimeter. I will not tell that it is having a direction because I can measure it either by this way or by this way. Anyway, it doesn't have a fixed direction. Not like I can only measure it through this side. I can measure it to both the sides. That's why it has no direction. So there are many, actually many examples of scalar and vector quantities, but I cannot give you so many examples. You need to apply your own common sense to understand that they are scalar or vector quantities. Like I've told you, scalar quantities have only magnitude, unit must be there, and vector quantities have both the magnitude and the direction. But let me give you some examples here. Let me give you some examples of the scalar quantities. Like there are mass, length, time, distance, density, temperature. Okay, that's some examples. There are more examples. If you look at your book, there are so many examples. You don't need to learn them, you don't need to just mug up them. You have to understand the main theory, then you can understand that they are vector or scalar quantities. So now let's learn what are the vector quantities. So vector quantities are the quantities which have both the magnitude and the direction mentioned. So we can tell these are the physical quantities which can be expressed or which require both the magnitude and the direction to be expressed. To know the vector quantity, we need to know that it has both the magnitude and the direction. Like if I've already given an example, let me give you another example. I tell you, you have to come 10 kilometers. I know it's a very long distance, then also 10 kilometers to come to my house. I have not mentioned which direction. You have also not asked me that in which direction I have to go. You have not asked me, so you have gone towards the east, but my house is towards the north. So you have not reached my house, you have reached somewhere else. So, but if I have mentioned that time, you have to come 10 kilometers towards the north to come to my house. That time you can come to my house easily because you already know the direction. Okay. So here we can understand magnitude and the direction present in the quantities. That quantities are known as the vector quantities. Now see some examples. They are displacement, velocity, acceleration, and there are many examples, but like you can see that in the scalar quantities there are many examples, but in vector quantity there are not so many examples. There are limited quantities of examples, and of course scalar quantities also there are limited examples, but there is less number in the vector quantities. Very important point to remember, to know that either that is a scalar or a vector quantity. That is, suppose v, if it is v and it is v with the arrow at the top, you can tell me which is the scalar and which is the vector quantity. Yes, you're right. Scalar quantity is the one which has no arrow at the top. There is no arrow at the top, right? You can see. But if it has an arrow at the top, that time you can understand that it is a vector quantity. So this is very important to remember. If it has an arrow, it does not has an arrow at the top, that means it is a scalar quantity, and if it has a arrow at the top, it means it's a vector quantity. Another example, now it's coming under the vector one. Suppose it is, like, let us take it, one is this and one is this. There is another example. This is very important also. Now if I give you this sign, it means it is going towards correct direction. Like you need to go towards the right side. So you are going towards the right side. That time you can give this direction. This symbol. But if you have a minus here, that means you are coming back. I mean it's a reverse. So if it's reverse, you will give this minus sign if it's reverse. And if it's not the reverse, you will not give the minus sign. So that is also a very important point to remember. So I hope you have understood the main theory in the scalar and vector quantity. Main points to remember are scalar are the quantities, physical quantities which have only magnitude, which can be expressed only with the help of the magnitudes, and vector quantities are the quantities which can be expressed with the help of the magnitude and the direction. I've also told you why it is measured like this, and we have also seen the 3 parameters to express a vector quantity completely. These are the I've already told you. Let me give you a small summary of this also here. Vector quantity needs direction, unit, and numerical value, that means the magnitude. And the scalar quantity, it only needs the magnitude or the numerical quantity and the unit. Okay. So I hope you have learned about the scalar and the vector quantities. So this was our class for today. And the next day we are going to come with a chemistry chapter, and it's going to be super interesting. So stay tuned for that.